introduction of this study is it is a separation of a component or solute of a mixture based on the relative quantities of each solute dispersed between a flowing fluid stream known as the mobile phase and the stationary phase. In this case, it has two phases, which is stationary phase and a mobile phase. The stationary phase, the liquid or the solid will be fixed in place either in a solar planetary surface or in a column. But in mobile phase, elective fluid can be solid or liquid. It will move through stationary phase as it's carry an alike mixture. In this study, it has two types of techniques, which is paper chromatography and a thin layer chromatography.
Next, I'm going to present a theory of this experiment. What is Tartrazine? Tartrazine is the second most widely used food coloring agent. Tartrazine is bright yellow as a dye that is most stable and cheaper alternative to natural food dyes. It is known by other names such as FDNC, yellow number 5. Lastly, chromatography paper is a technique used to identify the colored dyes in different candies by separating and comparing the different components of photo paper. Strip is used to apply the candy dyes, which are separated by the movement of the solvent. The resulting color bands can be compared to known standard to identify
Hi, my name is Muhammad Hakimi and today I will talk about methodology for this experiment. For this experiment, the first step is cut the chromatography paper for 8 by 7 cm and draw the line parallel to short dimension 3 cm from the bottom edge of chromatographic paper with pencil. The second step is mark 1 cm of 6 small X with 6 label different color of the Nips Candies, which are red, orange, green, blue, tan and yellow. The next step is prepare the developing solvent by dissolving 2 gram of 0.1 NaCl in 100 ml water and pour about 70 ml of the solvent in clear dry 1000 ml or 2000 ml beaker. Let's moving on to the next step. So, the next step is lay the chromatography paper on the table using a microcapillary tube dip in the water and rub along the shell of the Nips Candies to extract the dye and place the candies dye on each X marks. Precaution must take care to not dissolve away so much of the shell that the chocolate can expose and infect the result. So for the next step is using clamp and retort stand to hang the paper and slowly immerse the paper in the beaker containing the developing solvent. Make sure the paper does not touch the wall of the beaker and the level of the solvent is below the line drawn. The next step is allow the solvent to rise until about the half distance. Take out the paper from the beaker, mark the solvent front, then let the paper dry for 5 until 10 minutes and draw the line for the solvent front that has been marked.
Marsha binti Zulkibri. My student ID is 2022493736 and I will be explaining the results. The RF value for the yellow candy as well as the tartrazine is 0.58. The RF value can be calculated by dividing the distance traveled by the candy shells and the distance traveled by the solvent, which is 7 cm. As a result, we found that the yellow candy is considered smaller as it is in the value between 0.43 to 0.48. As for the brown and tan candy, it is found that there is an orange spot between yellow and red candy. So, from here, we can conclude that all the candies have yellow in them, except for red and orange. This also proves that the hypothesis that tan and brown have similar composition, which further concludes that they contain the same pigment but a different proportion.
The experiment successfully demonstrated the use of paper chromatography to separate the color of the Nips candy. Chromatography successfully separated the dyes in candy coatings, revealing multiple components in seemingly single-colored candy. RF value provide insights into dye properties. Overall, the paper chromatography experiment on candies provide a valuable demonstration of separating colored components in a mixture. The techniques offer a simple yet effective way to understand how different molecules interact with solvent and provide insights into the composition of colored candies.